Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Colin's Corner for what I believe is episode number 15. I've done a couple things. I've installed a plant here, and I've changed the camera angle. The lighting was a little weird in the last couple videos, so I'm trying to work it out, get to a point where we're looking good, sounding good, nice and crisp. Mostly for the thumbnail, because from where the camera is, it always looks fine in the actual video. But for the thumbnail, when I'm there, like the picture of me looks a little blurry because it's zoomed in. So we're figuring stuff out, but we're having fun doing it. That's important. Um, I'm wearing this shirt, which I really enjoy. I hope you guys really enjoy it. It's inspired by my friend Kate. It is this frog holding a revolver, and I thought that that was just amazing. Because my friend Kate had a frog shirt, and I couldn't find it, so I was looking for it, and instead of that, I found this. And this ended up being better than I could have ever imagined. So I decided, hey, why not pull out the frog revolver shirt for a video? One of my buttons is actually unbuttoned here. All right, now let's get into the point of the video here. Very long-winded, very long-winded. But that's the personality of this, of Colin's Corner, is doing whatever I want and saying whatever I want, without repercussions. You know, nobody can tell me what to say. I just saw a video right before I recorded this. I really didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. But I saw a video, and the video said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And the video was this guy, he was in the gym with this girl, his friend or his girlfriend or somebody. And, he was at the bench press, and he was doing, what seemed to her like a heavy weight. And she was like, "Well, that's impressive. That's great. You're really strong." And he said, "No, it's not that impressive. That's nothing. This is what I warm up with. It's not that impressive." She was like, "No, like that's really impressive. That's great." And he was like, "Not really." Comparison is the thief of joy was the title of the video. And that is so true, because if you're in the gym, right, and you're comparing what you're doing, how much you're lifting, to what someone else is lifting, I'm sorry. That's not going to work out for you. You stand there and you look in the mirror and you're like, why am I not as big as this guy? Well, part of it is genetics. All right, part of it is that guy is a bodybuilder and he is 260 pounds, and you're just not genetically ever going to be that, because there are some people that just have those genetics of, I'm a super athlete, I am a freak of nature, I'm just bigger and stronger than you genetically, naturally, God-given. Part of it is maybe you need to work harder. But by sitting there and comparing yourself to other people, it steals you of all the hard work that you've put in. Because if I stand there realistically and I say that I'm going to be as big as this bodybuilder, for me, that's never going to happen. I'm 5'7", 140 pounds. That's not going to happen. In no world am I going to suddenly gain over 100 pounds and be healthy. Like, that's not going to happen. That's not a realistic goal. If I was like, hey, I want to get to 160, now that's a realistic goal. I want to get to 160 and look healthy while doing it. But again, you can't compare yourself to others and then be happy at the same time. Those things don't go hand in hand. Because if you're sitting there and you're comparing it in every walk of life, in every aspect of life, if you're sitting and you're comparing yourself to people, if you're playing baseball and you're in a men's league and you watch Aaron Judge hit 60 home runs in a season. You watch Aaron Judge hit a 470-foot home run, and you say, you know what? I'm not good unless I crush that ball. Unless I hit 60 home runs in my men's league, I'm not good enough. Well, that's the whole point, is that you're unrealistically comparing yourself to people who are at the absolute highest level, right? How about even if you compare yourself to people at your level. Even that's not, and any level of comparison to other people around you is not going to ever help you. Look up to people is important, and have goals is important, but when you compare yourself to people, when you say they have something I don't, or they are this, they are that, you're way too focused on them and not you. You have to selfishly want to be successful in order to be successful. You can't sit here and say to yourself that this person is this and that person is that and I am not. If you are not what that person or this person or whoever, if you are not what they are, strive to be the best you can be, but don't worry about them. Other people's results are never going to impact your own results unless you let them. But again, back to the title of the video, I want to put an emphasis on this. Comparison, is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you really enjoy what you're doing and you are so happy and you love what you're doing and it brings you so much joy and passion, as soon as you say to yourself, I'm not good enough at what I love doing because somebody else is better than me, that is when all of it goes out the window. That is when you start to feel like it's not worth it, you know? You don't have to be the best at something to really enjoy doing it and love doing it. I sit here and I have podcasts. I sit here and I make videos. Are my podcasts as good as Joe Rogan? No, they're not, and I'll tell you why right now. Because I don't have the thousands of dollars of equipment that he has. I don't have the producing team that he has. I don't have the funding that he has. He's also been doing it for like 20 years, where I've only been doing it for a couple. Again, if I sit here and compare myself to him or to anyone else for that matter, I'm stealing away my joy. If I say I'm not good enough unless my video does these numbers compared to those numbers, then I'm not good enough. I'm stealing away the fact for myself that I love doing something, right? I love, making videos. I love playing sports. I love creating art. Well, if my art piece doesn't sell for as much as his art piece, then I must not be good at art. That's not true. That's not true at all. You have to remember that everything is relative. Success is relative. Everyone's at different stages in their life. And going back to the video where the woman, says to the man, that's really impressive, the amount of weight that they're carrying. For that man, that amount of weight is normal. For that woman, that amount of weight is not normal. You see everyone do things. There's someone else, you watching this, you have a talent that I just couldn't do, that I'm just not good at. And I have a talent that you couldn't do, that you're just not good at. There are certain things that certain people are good at. We have to stop judging ourselves unfairly. We have to stop comparing ourselves unfairly. We have to stop putting our worst traits up against people's best traits and then saying because of that we're not good enough. That will never ever be true. Stop putting your worst traits up against other people's best traits. Stop putting any of your traits against anyone else's traits. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Start comparing yourself to you and you only. That is the only way. The only way that you will ever be successful is if you try to be better than you already are. If you try to be better tomorrow than you are today, and today than you were yesterday, that is when you will be successful. But if your driving factor of whether or not you're successful is going to be how someone else is doing something, then you'll never win. You'll never win anything. You'll never be successful. You'll never be, you know, mentally, emotionally, financially, or spiritually happy. You will never experience that if you hold yourself down by comparing yourself to other people. If someone else walks up to you and says, "You're not really good. Look at them. They're doing better." Fuck them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It never has. It never will. Other people are always going to judge. That doesn't mean that because other people judge in their own mind and they compare in their own mind that you have to do the same thing to yourself. Have fair and realistic standards and goals for yourself. Don't unfairly do that to yourself and strip away the joy of what you love doing and strip away any chance of success that you have. Don't do that to yourself. It's unfair and you'll wind up in a trap. You'll wind up reaching for that brass ring, that glass ceiling that exists. And it only exists in your mind. You can go as far as you want to go, but you just have to stop unfairly comparing yourself to people that, one, you don't even know, or maybe you do know them, and two, that have different skill sets than you, have the different traits than you, they're different than you. Again, I'm not going to walk in the gym and pick the biggest guy and say, "Hey, let's see who can bench press more," because I'm not a strong man. I'm not a bodybuilder. That's not what I am. The same way as someone's not going to, come up to me and say, "Hey, whatever it is, you're not good at this, I'm good at that, blah, blah, blah." No, stop comparing yourself. That's the point. I didn't have a good analogy for that, but the point is stop. Comparison strips away any success you have. Comparison is the thief of joy. It always has been and it always will be. So, props to you, because if you're watching this video, likely you're on the right path. So thank you for watching the video. Please, if you did, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all that stuff. It's around 85% of you not subscribed, so please do subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. But go subscribe to the podcast, all right? The Collective Consciousness Show. Every Wednesday, we have new episodes coming out. You guys are really going to like this episode that comes out Wednesday. It's great. You guys are gonna like all the stuff that we're doing. I hope you really enjoy it. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into what I'm doing, and I hope that it pays off. I hope that you guys really enjoy it. So thank you for watching this. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and I will catch you on the next video.